So this is the police report when I called the Jacob Wetterling Foundation years ago and told them that I believed my father was the one who was involved with Jacob Wetterling's abduction. And this is a screenshot of the interview that I did with John B. Wells. I believe that they used this interview as a honeypot. They wanted to know everything I knew about my father being involved with the abduction with Jacob Wetterling. The reason why I say that is because it was less than 2 weeks after I did this interview that a 27-year-old cold case they couldn't figure out suddenly had a perp, a body, and a confession. Except that the dude that they busted was already in jail. Yes, he confessed, but he was never charged. And from what I understand, the body that they found was not only not Jacob's, but it wasn't even human. But the fact that a person who started investigating it led him down to a child trafficking ring down in Broward County in Florida. And suddenly they got a protection order on him and shut him up. They tried to do the exact same thing to me in Kent, Washington. I had a protection order taken out on me. And every single video listed on that protection order, 15 or 16 of them, had nothing to do with the petitioners, but only and solely dealt with Lucian Greaves, Doug Mesner, real name Doug Masico. So, and I believe that he's living in Tacoma. He was 23 miles away from me the whole time I was out in Washington. But if there wasn't a connection between the petitioners of that protection order and Doug Mesner, how is it that every single video only deals with Doug Mesner and had nothing to do with them? But this is the kind of stuff I'm getting asked now. Is Lucian Greaves involved with every single murder that ever happened? Oh my God! Fuck no. And Lucian Greaves isn't the leader. He's an employee. He is part of a bigger group. Did Doug Mesner go into the jail and suicide Jeffrey Epstein? Because that's the kind of shit that they want to actually pose to try and discredit me. No. Lucian Greaves is just the weakest link. He's the one I'm using to break this all apart. That and the idiots that surround Isaac Cappy's demise, because old Captain stalks me, but he won't be doing it as Captain anymore, because yesterday, after being irritated by him, I blocked his ass. I blocked for the same reason I flush the toilet in the morning. But there was a reason why there was this concerted effort to make me think that my stepmother was dead. But she's not dead. I ran into her in the farmhouse cafe no more than a month ago, and she was very much alive. But then if you look at my sister, my only living sister's stuff, chances are you'll find that there's a connection between her and Doug, most likely online. Because they want to shut me up. But for being crazy, I've been really focused on this for a lot of years. A lot of years. I've been trying to get this investigated forever. And crazy people don't stay focused like that, And so, my stepmother's alive. If investigators wanted to know what was going on with her and my father, Go ask her. She's alive, and she's a terrible liar. But that's this video, you know? Not that I think anything will come about it at all. I don't think anything's going to be investigated. I think that the bad guys are reaching out to me. And just because I don't let them know that I know they're bad guys doesn't mean I'm unaware. It just means, why bother? You know? Why bother? They're going to do what they're going to do, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. And so they'll do everything they can to hide this child trafficking. I'm just lucky they haven't thrown me off of a bridge or suicided me, you know? They've tried and failed. There's reasons for that. God is about ready to fuck them in ways they can't even begin to imagine.